There's a lot of noise out there about how to rank your local business in AI search engines like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Google's AI Overviews, and more. Many are even coining a new term for it. GEO, AEO, AI SEO. Sounds like a new era of search is upon us. Or is it? I may burst a few bubbles here, but if you've been doing local SEO the correct way over the years, you're already ranking in AI search. No new strategy or buzzwords required. Just take a look at some of the results we have for our clients when it comes to AI search, some of which we've held since about 2023. Now, what do I mean when I say doing local SEO the correct way? With so many videos on YouTube and thousands of hours of content on local SEO, what really moves the needle when it comes to ranking in AI search? I'll get right to it. A big part of it are your citations and your reviews on those citations. For a long time, citations have been a key strategy in moving the needle for local SEO, but unfortunately, there's still a lot of confusion around what to do with them. How many should I build? Do they all need NAP consistency? How do I optimize them once they're built? Let me clear up some of the confusion. The vast majority of citations are pretty useless and don't even get indexed in Google at all. When it comes to ranking in AI search, if you have a well-optimized local SEO foundation, of which you can find out how to do with the videos I have on this channel, there are really only 3 tiers to focus on when it comes to your citations to start showing up in AI search. Here are the 3 types of citations you should focus on. Number 1, the top tier citations. These are things like your Google Business Profile, Bing Places, Apple Maps, your Instagram page, your Facebook business page, your LinkedIn business page, and your YouTube channel. These, I would say, are kind of non-negotiable for a business nowadays, especially a local business. You definitely want to have all of these set up, and you want to actually have content going to them so that they can show up in a search when someone types in your brand name. Let's talk about tier 2. Now, this is where it gets a little confusing for most. Everyone knows that they need to sign up for those top tier citations, but what about the secondary citations and how do we find them? So here's what we like to do for our clients. Number 1, go to Google. Number 2, type in top 10 niche in city. Niche being the industry you're in, such as dentist, and city being the city where you're physically located or the metro area. Once you do that, you're going to see a number of results in Google that are different directory sites. If we're talking about dentistry, we're going to see sites like HealthGrades, OpenCare, ZocDoc, and things like that. If we're talking about home services, we may see things like House, Angie, etc. These types of citations are very important because they show up on the first page of Google when someone is looking for a specific type of business in your city. And so you absolutely want to be in the running. ChatGPT uses this information to determine who all is out there and who they should include in the results when someone is searching within their conversation. Some of the other tier 2 citations are your local chamber of commerces. You definitely want to be listed in as many local chambers as you possibly can because the link is very strong. Other notable citations are industry associations, partnerships, and sponsorships that you've done with other businesses. If they can list you on their website, then that's going to be a really strong citation for you. Tier 2 citations are very important. You definitely don't want to skip them. They're not as important as the top tier, but you definitely want a good handful of these. Let's go down to tier 3. These are things like the carrier websites. So if you're in dentistry, you can be on Delta Dental's list of providers. For contractors, we're talking about supplier websites, maybe installers lists, manufacturers websites, etc. This also includes things like Manta, Yellow Pages, Super Pages, and a lot of those other citations that aren't quite as prominent, but are still important to have. You can also sign up for what's called big data aggregators, such as Foursquare and Data Axle. These are places where you submit your business information one time and they distribute you out to hundreds of different smaller sites so that your business can be mentioned across the internet. Having a good number of citations is important, but quality far outweighs the quantity when it comes to creating these. Now, it's not just good enough to build these citations. You have to make sure that they actually have real activity tied to them, especially some of the higher tier citations. The best way to do this is by getting real, verified reviews on your citations. Yes, I know you've heard it all before, and getting reviews can be a lot of work, but let me make this simpler for you. When you get reviews, focus on the following platforms primarily. Number one, Google. Definitely get as many Google reviews as possible. This is going to lift all of your marketing efforts. Google reviews are the most valuable, and they improve the conversion rates of all of your other marketing. When somebody sees that you have great Google reviews, they're more likely to call you. If you're trying to hire more staff, they're more likely to see that and think that it's a great place to work. And if someone is trying to buy your business, they're much more likely to buy you with all of those great reviews than if you had very low or no reviews. Google reviews are really one of the best conversion optimization tactics you can have. Number two, Yelp reviews. Yelp reviews are pretty difficult to obtain. However, they have a lot of weight when it comes to AI search. We actually asked ChatGPT why one of our clients wasn't ranking number one and instead was ranking number two in a ChatGPT search looking for a general dentist in the Shawnee area. And the thing they told us was, even though we had more Google reviews, the Yelp reviews were lower than another competitor, which means that combined between Google and Yelp, they had more reviews than us and they showed up higher as a result. So we can see that ChatGPT, and I would assume other search engines, are looking at Yelp plus Google to determine where someone should show up when it comes to results in AI search. Number three is Facebook. Some people don't really look to get reviews on Facebook, but you can receive recommendations for your business, and it's really just a thumbs up or a thumbs down. This does show up in search results and it does make your page more prominent, so you do want to spend a little time getting a few Facebook reviews. And then I would say choose 2 or more of those tier 2 citations, specifically those industry-specific directories like Healthgrades or OpenCare. Try to get a good handful of reviews on those platforms as well. If you can set up those profiles and then get reviews on them and make sure that they're filled out completely, you will absolutely show up in an AI search, provided you have a strong local SEO foundation. If I were to make a 90-day plan out of it, I would take your first week to find and create all of the citation profiles that you can. Take the second week to optimize all of them, adding pictures, up-to-date information, your business hours, etc. Then, from the third week on, set a realistic review goal for each of the sites I mentioned just a bit ago. What I would do? A minimum of 3 reviews a week for Google, 1 review every 2 weeks for Yelp, 1 review every 2 weeks for Facebook, and then 1 review per month for each of the industry-specific directories. Now, this is just a minimum. You can definitely go above and beyond on this goal if your team can manage it. If you do this consistently over time and you have a really strong website, not only will you rank higher in your local SEO, but you'll start to appear in more and more AI search engine results for consumers that are in your local area. But like I mentioned earlier, getting reviews is tough, and most local businesses fail to do it consistently because they don't have a great approach for it, or they don't even know the strategy. I made a video that you can watch right here showing the top 10 best review strategies ranked from worst to best, so that you don't have to waste your time on tactics that just aren't as effective for getting reviews. Click to watch the video, and I'll see you there.